All right, class, in this session, going to do another one from Atomic Attraction. Moving on to chapter 16. One chapter a day I skipped yesterday, so we'll do two today. So it's chapter 16, Attractive Body Language. The most important thing in communication is hearing what is not said. Peter Drucker. Women are more skilled at interpreting body language than men. A study conducted by Harvard University examined the difference between men and women when it came to reading a person's body language. Male and female participants viewed silent films of couples engaged in conversation. While watching the films, the participants were asked to interpret what was going on by studying the body language of the couples. The results of the experiment revealed that women were able to accurately interpret what was going on in the film at 80% rate, and the men were only able to accurately assess what was going on in the film at 42%. All right. Women can have a decided advantage in human mating as a result of being able to read body language better. Further research into body language at University of Texas at Austin found that men were more likely to underestimate a woman's interest in them. Although men looking for one-night stands were known to overestimate a woman's interest, women were also found to underestimate a man's romantic interest in them. Men are routinely selling themselves short. Men need to be more direct in the way they communicate. Once you learn how to communicate desire, women will become more attracted to you in response. Women, Nonverbal communication is 13 times more powerful than verbal communication. More dominant and power poses make a man look more attractive. When a man's body language is closed, crossed arms, hunched shoulders, a man is perceived as less attractive. Researchers have found women were more likely to date someone with open body language. Avoid making your body look small as you are trying to hide from the world. Hunched shoulders, crossed legs, and crossed arms would be an example of closed body language. This signals defensiveness and insecurity. You should also avoid avoiding eye contact and looking at the ground. Don't be afraid to make eye contact, what it meant. Further, at Loyola Marymount University, they examined the direct effect of eye contact has on attraction. Men that looked a woman directly in the eye were perceived to be more intelligent, confident, and attractive. Men who pretended to be someone that they are not are easily red flagged as pretenders. A study conducted at Queen's University found sexual attraction was linked to the way a man moved their bodies. Men that moved in a natural, healthy, fluid way were more attractive than men who moved unnaturally. As a general rule, it is always better to move naturally as opposed to moving in a way that makes you think you will look more attractive. Nonverbal cues in body language are very powerful. A study at Durham University showed a series of video clips of 26 students walking around campus. Some students had loose gaits, some students had tight gaits while walking. Students with relaxed gaits were rated as more confident and attractive and extroverted. They had a case study like Sean Connery. Sean Connery was, I guess, the first 007, the first James Bond, and he practiced very heavily to get that role. And they said, you need to move like a cat. And Sean Connery, practiced, his movements. And they said the way he moved made him get the part. He moved so confidently and fluid that helped him get the part. So that was shown in this, as an example here. Move like a cat. Body language that establishes confidence and control over the world, over their environment, is seen to have a lasting impression on women. They also did a study. Drivers that were behind a high-status car at a red light were less likely to honk the horn at the vehicles in front of them. High-status vehicles confer high status to the drivers or the people that are driving the car. And that made people be more respectful and cautious, and people are more respectful and cautious around high-status people. If a person is driving an expensive car, that person was more likely to be high status. High-status people are more likely to have influence and power in the world. As a result, more likely have the ability to retaliate and confront aggressors with a greater degree of force than the average person. So that means, when you're displaying body language, you want to kind of establish a high status. That was a loose gait, dominance poses, power poses, stuff like that. But just don't be closed up. Don't be in a submissive pose. Command presence. Keep those shoulders back, head up, chest up, and it has to become part of you. You can't just be head up, chest up, You got to do it everywhere you walk, and you have to also have the mindset. That's why mindset will leak into your body language. But a dominant pose is a wider pose, as opposed to crossing your arms or looking down at the ground. Look people in the eye, keep your head up, shoulders back, chest up. But if you need to practice those where they become fluid, that's fine. But sometimes you got to fake it till you make it, but you don't want to be a pretender at all times. This all has to become natural to who you are. It's not a game. You're going to envelop this into who you are as a person, because you can't fake who you are. Women will fit in, if it wasn't, made clear, women can find, it said in there, women can see fakeness, so they can read body language very well. And even if you're trying to fake it. So that's all there is on chapter 16. There you go. Step by step, become more attractive. We'll see you on the next one.